Hello, small group leaders. You guys are doing a pilot project and we're so glad to be a part of this. And my prayer is that you'll be patient with us and as we kind of learn together on this. But we're going to give you a little taste today of just what your small groups will be experiencing in the upcoming weeks. And so what we're going to do is just introduce a little bit of the sermon and give you an overview. But today's a little bit different because it's a launch sermon that you just heard a little earlier today. But it's announcing the year of Kingdom Come. Many of you know that we just came off the year of Sacred Love, and every year we have a theme. But this year of Kingdom Come comes in the year of 2020. And many times the numbers 2020 usually associates with our vision, how clearly we can see. But my prayer is that not only as small group leaders, but as a church, that our vision would be very clear. A lot of times people say if you have bad vision, either you're nearsighted or you're farsighted. If you're nearsighted, obviously you can see everything really close, but you can't see far away. If you're farsighted, you can see way, way far ahead, but you can't see like where you are right in front of you. But spiritually, I think some of us may be nearsighted when all you can see is today. All you can see is what's in front of you. Some of our people, not many, but some are a little bit more farsighted, that they're constantly looking ahead and they don't pay attention to what's going on around them right now. In this year of 2020, my prayer is this theme that we have of Kingdom Come would actually clear both sets, where we're expecting the kingdom of God to come, but yet we're living in the kingdom. As you know, the Lord's Prayer says, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." And this is going to be our prayer this year at IBC, is that we would pray that God's kingdom will come. And not only in our heart first, but also in your family, in your relationships, in our church, also at work and in school, also in Singapore and across the world. But every kingdom, and we're going to introduce this to you, to the people, and we'll keep repeating it over and over, is that every kingdom has to have two components: a king and a kingdom, a ruler and the realm in which they rule. And so prior to becoming a Christian, you are your own king. I am my own king. And our realm is really the reach or the influence of our effective will. We may not be able to control our spouse or our children sometimes, but we can control what we eat and how we respond and the decisions we make. But whenever we ask, and our prayer will simply be, "Your kingdom come," we're actually asking Jesus to take over our realm, would begin to make our decisions for us, would begin to determine and help us in how we respond to one another, what our attitudes will be. And so throughout the year, and especially at the beginning, we're going to be going through the Sermon on the Mount, that first of all we'll be introduced with the kingdom mind, with the Beatitudes. Then we'll talk about the kingdom influence as it reaches with the salt and the light. We'll talk about the kingdom law. We'll talk about the kingdom heart when Jesus says, "Hey, the ancient said this, but I say to you," and he will dig a little deeper. Later on in the year, we'll be talking about the kingdom power with the miracles. We'll be talking about kingdom pictures of what the parables would look like. And then we'll talk about actually the kingdom coming with the second coming. But I'm going to challenge you as you open up, especially in this small group, that you would begin to really evaluate and examine how much of your realm does the King of Kings have underneath his control. This is not a split rulership. It's not a dual kingdom. It's either he's in charge or you're in charge. And so I believe as we encourage you on this launch sermon, that first of all, the kingdom of God will be launched in your heart. And as that is launched in your heart, it's going to be affecting the way you think in your mind, the way you see. It will affect the way you speak as you respond and as you speak to those around you. It will also affect your actions and the way you see people, how you see your enemies, how you see your friends. It will affect the way you do church, how you fast, how you pray, as the Sermon on the Mount will address. And so I want to encourage you that you invite with this very simple prayer, "Your kingdom come, your will be done in me as it is in heaven."